Good evening, VC. Dave the Pickup Artist with you tonight. We've had a week of pickups. I've got a Goodwill haul that happened last Friday. I'm going to show that last. Actually, I had a very interesting pickup at a Goodwill too. It'll be the last one I show. But first off, yesterday I hit up Wolfson Records in Midtown Jacksonville, and I picked up 6 records that I got for $5. Pretty good records. Definitely worth, definitely worth the price. The first one we've got is Son of Cactus. I didn't even know Cactus was pregnant. This is, I think, their 5th album, 1973. At this point, Mike Panera was still in the band, but it's not bad. It's not as good as their first couple of albums, but it's pretty much true to those albums. I like it. I just listened to the first side. I haven't listened to the second side yet, but yeah, for $1, a little scratchy, but what are you gonna do? Next, I've got Sunfighter, Grace Slick and Paul Cantor. At that point, they were married, and they had a newborn, China Slick Cantor. That's her. I imagine this came out in 71, so I imagine she's about 50 years old now. Pretty good album. This is almost a Jefferson Airplane album. And actually, it's look at that cool inner sleeve. Very psychedelic. It's actually like the David Crosby first solo album. This has got a who's who of the LA, San Francisco scene. We've got members of the Grateful Dead. Just a couple guys from Santana are on this. And of course, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young play on this. And I think Jerry plays lead on one of these songs, but it's pretty good. I like it. It's on the Grunt label. I've been seeing this a lot in the VC, Clay 2. I find this in the dollar bin all the time at Wolfson, so I pick it up because I know I can sell it. It's not bad. A lot of people like this. It's prog rock, kind of ELO meets Genesis maybe. Yeah, it's kind of good Genesis feel. It's not bad. It's got 2 tracks. One is called Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft, which is pretty cool. And it's got another track called Anus of Uranus. I'm not making that up. So I don't know. I'll probably sell it. It's okay. I'm sure if I sell it, I'll find another one. I picked up the first Monkees album last year on stereo, and I found a mono copy in the dollar bin. Cover's fairly decent, and it looked good when I checked it out in the store. This is mono, but as you can see on side 2, we got a nice little chip. As long as you set the needle over the chip, it's fine, but it's still a little scratchy. I don't know. It's a mono copy. I paid $1 for it. I don't know. And next dollar pickup, Grand Funk Railroad, filling in the holes of my Grand Funk collection. Check that inner cover out. That is very cool. This is in Madison Square Garden. This has got I'm Your Captain on it. On Capitol. I haven't spun this yet. I'm familiar with the album. I haven't spun it yet, so I don't know about the condition. And the last pickup at Wolfson's yesterday was Question of Balance by the Moody Blues, of course. They've got another cool inner cover here. Another great Moody Blues album. This one also came with the lyric poster. Very cool shot of the Moody Blues, 71, I believe. Another great album. I haven't heard this one yet. I mean, I've heard it, but I haven't heard this copy. I don't know what the condition it's in, but hopefully it's good. Every Friday for the last couple of months, I usually go on a road trip, basically. It could be South Bank, downtown, or it could be St. Augustine. And the reason I do it Friday is because I hit all the garage sales and estate sales along the way. And Friday I was out, last Friday I was out, and I hit up some garage sales. I won a estate sale, didn't find anything. I ducked into a Goodwill. This is on University Boulevard. They've probably got the best selection of vinyl, or the biggest anyway. I don't know if it's the best, but I went through because this time a lot of people are getting rid of great albums, so you have to be consistent. So I went in there, ducked in for a brief dig, and didn't think I'd find anything, but I did. I found 6 albums. Now, you get 3 for $1 in this Goodwill, but today, the day I went in there, it was half off. So actually, I got 6 records for $1 of various genres. First up I found was Kenny Rogers and the First Edition's Greatest Hits. I know you can't see it. It's pretty roached. It's a top loader. This was Kenny Rogers was known as Hippie Kenny back in the 70s, and he formed a kind of a psychedelic country band. This is an insert that came with it. There's Kenny and his bandmates. It's pretty good. It's probably more they were probably more country than they were psychedelic. But it's nothing on the back, but I like it. It's it is what it is. They didn't stay together too long. Of course, Kenny went on to be a country western superstar. Next I found was Heart, Dog and Butterfly. This was the last great Heart album. Upside down. This is one of those weird albums. And we've got the lovely Wolfson sisters with their band, Dog and Butterfly. Yeah, I think this is their last really good album. When they went into the 80s, they kind of, went off got lyrics. Nice insert. So yeah, this is perfect condition. I did listen to this, and it sounds great. Next, I picked up Jefferson Starship, Red Octopus. Not a bad album. This is almost a Jefferson Airplane album. We've got a lot of the usual suspects. We've got Marty Balin and Papa John Creech, who joined the band at the end of the Airplane days, and he kind of went over until the Starship, and he also joined Hot Tuna briefly. So yeah, that's cool. It's a pretty cool album. Yeah, I was digging around. I was surprised at some of the decent stuff I was finding, and this isn't necessarily in the order I found it. The last record I'm going to show, I didn't find last. I found it was one of the third ones I found. But next we've got Lee Michaels. This was his 72 album. Despite my youthful appearance, I remember when he had a single on this album. It was called Do You Know What I Mean? He's a great piano player, blues, kind of kind of funky. I'm looking for his first album. And this is in pretty good shape. On A&M. Yeah, Lee Michaels, he's definitely worth checking out. I like, he's got a great voice. Next, this one is very cool. I stumbled on this James Brown compilation. This is great funk. And it has got all the great James Brown tracks on it. Almost perfect condition. The cover's a little bit dinged, but the album sounds great. It's got the very cool Soul Classic James Brown label. How about that? Plays great. And the last one I'm going to show is was a real surprise. I was just, you know, looking around, didn't think I'd find anything, and I stumbled on something that looked pretty cool. Round About Midnight, Miles Davis. I saw this album and I said, well, you know, it doesn't have the album in it. You know, you go in Goodwill and you'll find a really cool album and you'll say, oh my God, look at this, and you'll grab it and it doesn't have the vinyl in it. This one had the vinyl in it. First of all, this is the back cover. Now you can see this label on here is from a music shop. (1957), and it's got the 3i Columbia label. I believe this is a first pressing of Round About Midnight. So for 20 cents, I think that was a pretty good pickup. Now, it did not come with an insert. I added this plastic insert. The insert wasn't on there. And the cover's in very good shape. I would say VG maybe. And the vinyl is definitely VG. Sounds great, plays all the way through. You know, it sounds mono. It's mono, but it's a great album. Now, Miles Davis, he debuted songs from this, or tracks from this record in 1955 at the Newport Jazz Festival. Then in 56, he recorded it, and it was released in 57. And I haven't even read all those liner notes yet. I'm looking forward to that. And so that was probably the pickup of the week last week. A first Miles Davis pressing. Most of my Miles Davis are on CD because I like to listen to them in the car, and my passengers like to listen to them too. And you know, you play good music, you get good tips too. So yeah. Good week last week, and hopefully we'll have a better one next week. And I am Dave, the Pickup Artist. Take care.